Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and that's my all-time favorite song right there. That's "Oh Canada," and it means it's time to play some lacrosse here from the President's Cup at Frank Crane Arena, Nanaimo, British Columbia. Thanks for joining us on Lacrosse All-Stars. It's Jake Elliott with you, and it's the undefeated Caughnawaga Indians. They are 5-0, and they'll take on the 1-3-0-1. Yes, you heard correctly, 1-3-0-1 Capital Region Axemen, as they are awarding overtime lost points here at the President's Cup, and the Axemen picking up one of those. Axemen in white, Indians in black. Set to go here from the Crane. Thanks for joining us on Lacrosse All-Stars. Ron Getz blows the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse, and we're underway. As I get to learn lots of new names and numbers here for both these teams, so bear with me, shall you, as we do that. And the Indians will get first possession. That's Joe Hall on this near side. 15 on the shot clock here. And everything's spread out. Jake Roue, a National Lacrosse Leaguer for the Colorado Mammoth, wearing number 44. As that one comes off the boards, and the Axemen hold on their first attempt on defense. We'll see what kind of pace we get here as we are now 5 games into the tournament here for both these teams, and fatigue will start to play a role. As this, for my money, probably the toughest tournament to win. Never mind, do you have to get through all the playoff games to get to the President's Cup, but then you're going to play 8 games in 7 days. And it is a grind to win the Prezi. Zach Hops. Jeffrey McNulty. Leaning in as Roue. Sub shot on the way, and James Jordan, who gets the start here for the Axemen, makes his first stop. And the Indians will control. As the Indians came up with that big win over the 2-time defending champion St. Albert Miners, who were just winners previous to this game here. As Jordan with another good stop in tight. Some nice First Nations drums banging away here inside Frank Crane. Love to hear the drums going. And now they'll start here for the Axemen on offense. Tim Bergen. Send it across the floor. Open look, lower in the shoulder. Didn't pull the trigger. Now a shot and a goal. And a late hit. As Raj Wasson gets it to go. It's not Brandon Miller that gets to start here tonight. It's Trey Adams. As Miller has been exceptional for the Indians all tournament long, but it's Adams that gets to start here tonight, and the first shot that he faces gets by him. So back to center we go. And the Indians win the draw. Vaughn Harris spent some time in Calgary and now a member of the Buffalo Bandits. Was almost a member, maybe he's a member of the Wings now. There was a deal at the expansion draft, and I can't remember whether Harris was picked and then traded back or whether he was selected or not. I can tell you he's a National Lacrosse Leaguer for either the Bandits or the Wings. If you know, let's get it out there early, shall we? You can reach me via Twitter. I'd love to hear from you. And you can find me at PXP, the number 4, Sports. PXP for Sports, 3 on the shot clock, and a long one in. Smart heads-up shot there, as it forced Trey Adams to make a stop and turn it out of play. The Axemen will keep possession here and get a fresh 30 to work with. Liam Beattie. Near side feet. That's Forster. Now Beattie drives it low, flip it back. Pass to the crease, intercepted. And here come the Indians up the floor. So say Regis. Line change in the works. High feed here for Joe Hall. 10 on the shot clock. And again, the Indians all spread out to the outside here. But a nice move underneath. Get the shot off and an easy stop there for James Jordan. And the Axemen leading 1-0 as they just use the scoreboard here in what I guess is the east end of Frank Crane Arena. They don't have the main scoreboard lit up over the top of the middle of the floor here at Frank Crane. Not sure if that's been going on all week or not. But just the one scoreboard to look down to in the one end. Pass in front, intercepted again. And here come the Indians. Back the other way. Blaze Reardon. It's had a nice tournament so far for Caughnawaga. Rouet protecting. Here's a shot and a stop on the near side. Looking to outlet quickly, nobody open. And a slow line change as the Axemen will leg it up here now. This is Robinson, turned over. And now Zach Hops. He wants to get in a line change. Here's Hall. He'll load. He'll fire. Looking behind him. Penalty call coming up. And it's going to be a too many men call here on Capital Region. As Darcy Tuggett, Ron Getz, and I did not get the third official's name, but he does make the too many men call. I'll have to check the upcoming schedule here as I just snuck into town today. I'm not sure what the late game coming up at 8 o'clock is. Maybe you can let me know if you know at PXB for Sports. Or if you want to make me work, I'll look it up myself. So opening power play here of the game. Ty Thompson playing the point. Nice handle out high. Back in beautiful uniforms for the Caughnawaga Indians, by the way. 6 on the shot clock. Thompson sent it wide. Another rebound chance and high shot there. Jordan made the stop and Thompson's got the rebound. Man, is it ever good to hear the drums banging. Sub shot blocked. Ron Harris likes to shoot a lot. And that time it didn't get through. But the Indians control possession, new 30. Thompson. Quick pass down to the crease, easy stop. Down to the stick of Blaze Reardon. Harris again shoots. And some pushing and shoving, and Harris going to pick up a penalty. Sullivan sucked him into one. And now the Axemen will try and kill some time off here. Shot clock is running, and now they reset it. There's 30 seconds left to kill off in the penalty time now for too many men. And Caughnawaga not in any particular hurry to go out and pressure here, trailing 1-0 in the first period. Just about 7 minutes expired. As they could bring the goaltender to the bench now and bring on the extra man with the shot clock under 30 seconds, but ready to step out of the penalty box now. That's Collins hustling across the floor, and now the extra attacker on. It's a 6-on-5 here for Capital Region. At the point, this is Bergen. Bergen will step into one and fires high. And here comes the penalty call to Von Harris. Roughing the call on Harris. Yeah, I thought that was the case. It is a massive game coming up for the 8 o'clock game. Dan Marshall and my man Jim Kipp will have the call in that one, as it's the host team, and the BC champions for that matter. The Nanaimo Timbermen will take on the the Oakville Titans, and which may really determine who gets into that playoff bracket. Still some answers or questions to be answered. But whoever wins that game is going to have the head-to-head for the tiebreaker. And that could play a big factor after Friday's games. Well, the Indians on the penalty kill now. And just for fans that maybe have not heard, this is a CLA rule of holding the 30-second clock while shorthanded now. I've been told at Minto Cup in Calgary last week that, in fact, the CLA will change this rule after this season, and they will go to the running 30-second clock while shorthanded moving forward. And amen to that. Just 20 seconds left to kill now. And Oren Horn will do the job. Just initiating contact there is Horn. Out of the box comes Harris, and we're back to 5-on-5. Still the Axemen leading 1-0. Against undefeated Caughnawaga. Coming, shot with the Woody. Save there from Jordan. Loose ball. Here come the Axemen 3-on-2. That did not really develop probably the way it should have. But they managed to hang on to the ball here with Robinson. Here comes a low drive, and that one goes off a leg and wide. Picked up by Caughnawaga. So we're across the halfway mark of this opening period, and still the Indians looking to get on the board. Hall working the two-man game. Help was there. Ball goes high, checking the bat. And that allows Ghani to get out of his zone. And then on comes the captain for Capital Region, Raj Wasson. Man underneath, reaching shot, good stop from Trey Adams. And now the Indians up the floor. So say Regis. I'm going to put on as an early candidate for the all-name team. Jim Kipp up into the broadcast booth. How are you, Jim? Good to see you. We got a big game coming up after this one. Yeah, I bet you are.
And everybody says how good the broadcasts are, man. They always
Awesome. Good to hear, Jim.
all over for you, man.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Jim.
Jim. Legend. Jim Kipp up in the broadcast booth coming to say hello. He and Dan Marshall will have the call at 8 o'clock for Nanaimo Oakville right here in Lacrosse All-Stars. From the outside, and Adams, stick safe. Looks to outlet. And it's Zach Hops. I think we could get two guys up in this broadcast booth here, Jenner, right? You haven't seen me in a while, man. I've slimmed down a bit. I'm just kidding. I have not. But I think we could get two guys up in there. Juan Harris gets shoulder to shoulder to free himself up for that loose ball. Nice start inside. Harris. And he's stopped by Jordan. Apparently Jim Kipp wants to take my picture. Did you get it? You got it? All right. Good stuff. Here come the Axemen, leading 1-0. 7.5 to go here in the first period. And that pass deflecting out to center. Here comes the pressure. Andrew McNeil down this near side. Now Bergen back to her feed. And Adams across in time to make the stop. Well, the Indians trying to get on the board as they look to the west end of the arena here at Frank Crane, and I see the head coach of the Senior A Timbermen, Caleb Tote, and the head coach of the Junior A Timbermen, Dave Bremner, taking in this game here between the Indians and Axemen. Two fine lacrosse players back in their day. Thompson, nice toe drag, shovel inside, and knocked down on the goal was Joe Hall. As the Axemen come away with the ball. Man, oh man, Charlie Goodleaf, not a small human being, and this week is going to be taxing on the big man. Up and down the floor. Here's another chance, and that one goes wide. As right on top of the crease, a good look. Little hot potato. And Solstad Regis has it, trying to split a double. And gets away from pressure. And finds an open sky Sunday, who is a member of the Iroquois National U19 team back in 2016, if I do recall. Here's Jake Rouet, open look. Oh, what a stop there from Jordan. As he goes stretching across to make a stick save, and then comes down with the wooden goal stick to trap it in his crease. Save of the game so far for James Jordan. Axemen on offense, just 2 on the shot clock, however. And a very slow start here for Caughnawaga. And I'm being told, Charlie Goodleaf, they like to call him Charlie Bear, and had a hat trick this morning and got the game MVP. How about that? That's impressive stuff right there from Charlie Bear. Representing Husky Union. Here's Jake Rouet, open, shoots, and scores. The Rooster gets the Indians on the board. It's 1-1. Well, it took 15 minutes and 2 seconds for the 5-0 Caughnawaga Indians to find the back of the goal past Jordan, but it's Jake Rouet who gets him on the board. And we're tied up at 1. Back to center we go, and an Axemen face-off win. Brendan Fournier with the loose ball. Controlling, tucking, driving, corkscrew shot, and a good one there from Blake Kenny, but a stop there from Adams, but the loose ball back to the Axemen here in Capital Region. With a new 30 to work with. Here comes Kenny one more time. Easy to pick out with those red kicks. And he comes, shooting and scoring. A series of stick fakes freezing the Indian defense. And allowed to get to the danger zone right on top of the crease. And Adams couldn't stop that one. It's Axemen 2, Indians 1. Here comes a chance right off the draw. And a stick save for Jordan. And under 4 minutes we go here. Raj Wasson dishes off. They go lefty strong. Pass was high. Bergen And from a bad angle. That shot from Alex Johnson goes wide at the buzzer. And here we go with the Indians down a goal. Von Harris, will he try and do it himself? Got a good swim move, a bounce shot, and Jordan looking behind him. Harris a little upset with himself. He didn't bury that one. But the Axemen goaltender kept it out. So I'd say shots just about dead even here in this opening period. Good to see the wooden sticks back out on the floor here as well, as you always do at the President's Cup, especially with the First Nations teams here that always represent at pressing. Long shot there from Rouet, the goal scorer wide. 10 on the shot clock now, and Rouet takes a chop and Get's going to buy into that one. And now Charlie Bear goes back after the man who took the penalty, and I think they're both going to go now. So the Indians were about to go to the man advantage. Well, both players will go in Goodleaf and Chapman. So some 4-on-4 lacrosse here with 2:48 to go in the first. Capital Region leading Caughnawaga by 1, 2-1. And again, if you're joining us late here, the Indians 5-0. The Axemen 1-3-0-1 with that overtime lost point. And here we go with Ty Thompson. Horn. Harris. Good pick from Rouet, rolling to the goal. Von Harris with a swim move and a dandy. Another shot, another save from Jordan. Harris gained some good looks, but can't beat the big Capital Region goaltender. And here come the Axemen. Chance right there, and Adams forced to make a good stop. Scott Taylor found himself open in front. Now Joe Hall. Jake Rouet. Oh, Thompson on the cut was wide open, didn't get the feed. Hall missed the pass. Ball is loose, and Jordan will collect off the end window. And this has been a fine opening 20 minutes here for Capital Region. I think this is the style of game they want to play here. Keep it tight, keep it low scoring. Give themselves a chance to win. And right now they're in the lead. And the Indians just a little slow to start here. Good pass down to the crease, and Adams over the shoulder, and that one goes wide as well. As again, the Indians got beat on defense to the top of the crease, and if not for a couple of misses there from Vandenberg, could have been 3-1. Delisle. Here's Rouet. Past the crease, cutting through, shot, scores. I think that was Delisle. And I think I'm saying that right. It looks like same spelling as my old buddy Mitch Belisle. So we're going to go with Delisle unless somebody tells me differently. That one ties up the game. It comes 4-on-4. 2-2 now with 64 seconds to go here in period number 1. Delisle. All right. Thank you off the crossbar. Teddy Jenner been here all week, and he's helping me out with a couple of pronunciation. As that's my first call of the week here. We work our way to Championship Sunday. Players out of the penalty boxes. We're back to 5-on-5. Vaughn Harris trying to get to the front of the goal. Thompson will come out with it. Shovel it back to Rouet. Feet in front to Goodley. 3 on the shot clock now. Suber and Jordan down on a knee makes the save. Out of the stick of Jeff McNulty. Here come the Axemen on the run. Shooting. That one goes wide. Kept in play by the Indians. Nobody up floor. And now final possession here for Caughnawaga. Here goes Adams to the Indians bench. Harris not looking for the ball. Rouet will shovel one near side. Pass deflected. Look out, it's an empty net. With time, no, not enough time for the Axemen, but an evenly played opening 20 minutes here in the 5 o'clock game. I think this is game 23 of President's Cup 2018. And 20 minutes in the books, 10 minutes up on the board. 2-2 here between the Axemen and the Indians. Take a break here on Lacrosse All-Stars. And be back with second period action in 600 seconds. Stick around.
Welcome to Nanaimo, the gateway to Vancouver Island. Located on the rich waters of the Salish Sea, backdropped by thick, temperate rainforest with their rolling hills and the rugged mountains in the distance, Nanaimo was the first home to the local Nanaimo First Nations people. For centuries they lived here in connection with the land. And in many ways, this close tie to the wilderness of Vancouver Island resonates today. In the 1850s, the Hudson Bay Company set up a trading post in the region here in Nanaimo. Today, that trading post still stands with the HBC Bastion, standing guard over the waters of the harbor here in Nanaimo. For many decades afterwards, Nanaimo flourished as a coal mining town. Much of this early history is on display at the Nanaimo Museum. Today, Nanaimo is a bustling and modern urban center on the edge of natural wonder. Experience Nanaimo's supernatural wilderness and find yourself again.
Nanaimo allows me to do my passions through accessibility. Just the way that it's laid out, within 10 or 15 minutes, I can basically be from my house and doing something that I am truly passionate about. For me, it's about connection. I know a lot of people go to nature to disconnect from the world, but for me, it's about feeling like I'm part of something bigger. I feel it helps me connect to other people with similar interests and passions. Nanaimo has a little bit of something for everybody, and I think it does that little bit of everything really well. It's a place where you can discover passions that you didn't even know you had.
It gives you city life and gives you wilderness life all at the same time. It has both freshwater and saltwater with easy access. You don't have to travel more than 10 to 15 minutes to be on a body of water, no matter where you live. You can either be out on the ocean fishing in 15-20 minutes, or you can be on Long Lake like we are today, enjoying some trout and bass fishing.
With diving around this area, Nanaimo or British Columbia in general, it's actually rated in the top in the world. Part of the reason that we have so much life here is the colder water with lots of nutrients in the water. One of our very popular activities we do is snorkeling with seals, and certain times of the year when we get the sea lions coming by us, 2,000-pound sea lion coming right up to you a few inches away from you, just amazing. You think you're swimming along great in the water and this thing comes and does a somersault in front of you and just takes off. And you realize how small in the ocean you actually are.
The best part about owning a tour company is getting to show everyone the reasons why we live here in Nanaimo. I love the culture and natural wonders here in Nanaimo, and I love being able to see it for the first time every day through the eyes of our guests. Yeah, Nanaimo really is in the center of everything.
I'm really passionate about regenerative agriculture because that's what farming is all about. Some of the most exciting things for me in Nanaimo are the harvest, when there's all this abundance and we're able to take our food and set it out into the community. And when we go out for dinner sometimes, we get to see our food being served to us and served to our community, and there's a lot of excitement around that. At the markets we sell at in Nanaimo, there are over 200 vendors who participate, and you can do your full spectrum of shopping at these markets. And so you're invited to come to the market.
Currently, right now, we're concentrated on sourcing all our ingredients from mid-Vancouver Island. We like to utilize what we can get from local farmers. Breweries, wineries, and distilleries in Nanaimo have really exploded in the last few years. We've got a couple great wineries. Just down the road from us at the Longwood, we've got a distillery that makes some world-class gin, vodka, and even absinthe, which is pretty rare these days. We've got 3 breweries in town, 1 brew pub. You can really occupy a lot of your time traveling from one drink establishment to another. We've got pretty much everything here.
Well, we're sitting here at Piper's Lagoon, which is one of these little hidden gems that a lot of people don't know about. But I'm commonly often known as the Big Cheese, and I coined the name the Big Cheese not long after I started the store. There's a pretty good variety of establishments in Nanaimo now. There's some really excellent places to eat now in Nanaimo which are doing quite nicely. We have shopping, we have all the well-known brands, but we also have a cute little downtown area with lots of independent businesses. Well, I think the location makes it very special. The abundance of parks and activities and outdoor fresh air things, and everyone who moves here from somewhere else comments on how welcoming the people are. And I think that's one thing that makes Nanaimo very special, is the welcoming and the amount of stuff there is to do.
With its dramatic and diverse landscapes, including forests like this, Nanaimo offers so much. Impressive coastlines? Yeah, we got that. Rolling hills? Rugged mountains? Yeah, we got that too.
I'm more of a country mouse than a city mouse, and Nanaimo, the city, has enough of what I need, but just the natural beauty of it. I can feel it in the pores of my skin, I can feel it in my lungs when I breathe the air. It's just something, when I get out here and I just see trees and blue skies, it makes me happy. Yeah, my big thing every year is to go down to Nanaimo River and jump in, because the river feels like it's a healer. That beautiful fresh water and the trees around it, it cures whatever ails you, and there's nothing like it to me in the world. I've really been encouraged, especially in the last 10 years or so, that Nanaimo is recognizing the art scene a lot more and celebrating that, and there's some fantastic festivals that happen every year, and I've been lucky to be involved in a lot of those because I do live here.
Some of my passions are getting out to nature, so going for hikes to places like Ammonite Falls or Neck Point. We have one of the first wineries on Vancouver Island. We have one of the oldest brew pubs. We have a bunch of craft distilleries. I like to use Nanaimo as a base for my expeditions because it has a little something for everyone. If people want to stay in a hostel, they can. If they want to stay in a nice 4-star hotel, they can. And most people love the different variety of accommodations we have.
What surprises visitors in Nanaimo is the abundance of wildlife and the immense natural beauty. I like to go explore all the different islands because they have trails and glorious forests to see, but they all have these little bays and secret little gems. And so if you're into exploring, you get a lot out of it. My absolute favorite place in Nanaimo is Newcastle Island, or as the Nanaimo First Nations call it, sqaure-off.
Nature is a big part of it, because when you're going to carve something for the longhouse, which is in our traditional dances and things, my dad will bring me up the mountain talk to the trees, talk to the water, thank them, and just stay up there.
All right, Lacrosse fans, welcome back inside Frank Crane Arena as we get set for period number 2 here between the Caughnawaga Indians, who are 5-0, up against the 1-3-0-1 Capital Region Axemen, and tied at 2 after 20 minutes of play. As both teams back out onto the floor here in anticipation of the second. It's Jake Elliott with you here on Lacrosse All-Stars. Thanks for joining us for President's Cup 2018. Every game streamed live and free right here on Lacrosse All-Stars all week long. From the Prezi, 2 teams will flip around here for period number 2. And if you're joining us late, the Indians in the black and the gray. And apparently Caughnawaga wearing the Founders Cup champion jerseys from back east. I got to get this information correct here. As Chad Farrell, blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here in the second period. Chad Farrell sending me the note here. Let me dial this up. Indians are wearing the uniforms of the FNLA Junior B Medicine Men, who hosted the Founders Cup in Akwesasne. So not the champions, but the hosts from the Founders. Medicine Men, and I really like those jerseys down there. That's part of the reason I love the President's Cup is all the cool new uniforms we just never get to see. Here's a chance for Harris, and they're going to count that one. What? That ball was never in the goal. Jordan stopped it. They're going to count that one for Harris, and it's 3-2. Tough break there for the Axemen. I'd love to see a replay. I'm not sure if we're going to get one or not. I don't think we have replays this week. Well, I remember in 2016, back in Leduc, Native Sons really stood out for me. Their uniforms, their logo was just awesome. And back to center we go. And don't forget, fans, if you want to be interactive during the webcast here at President's Cup 2018 on Lacrosse All-Stars, you can find me via Twitter at PXP4 Sports. PXP for Sports. Don't forget to give Lacrosse All-Stars a follow while you're at it. Putting these games on live and free for you all week long. Good battle there, and the Axemen come up with a loose ball as we're just across a minute in here to period 2. And a quick goal from the Indians, have them in front by 1. Good slide help there from Garrett Cree. They're going to call him on a penalty on a high hit, looks like, from Ronnie Getz. Yeah, it is a high stick as Getz, one of the officials that stepped in the Minto Cup during that referee crisis. And did a nice job here before heading to Nanaimo, back in Calgary. So now the Axemen from Capital Region trailing by a goal. Will get their first man advantage. It's all working around here a little bit. Don't have the traditional horseshoe setup. There's a shot out of the stick of Vandenberg that goes wide. Lax All-Stars, excuse me. Thank you, Teddy Jenner. He's really hooking me up here for this opening game. Not Lacrosse All-Stars, Lax All-Stars. Which is short for lacrosse, by the way. Just in case you didn't know that. Lax All-Stars. Shout out to them. Give them a follow. And now the penalty call on here. kill on here for the Indians. Double teamed along the far glass and helicoptered out of the hands as Jason Crook gets the ball back here for the Axemen. Looks up the floor, finds a man off the bench. Here's a fake and a take, and it's well wide. Bounces off the end boards, almost banked off of Adams into his own goal. And Caughnawaga turned it over here quickly. Ball on the deck. And Axemen will get it back here. They got 28 seconds to work with here in the man advantage. Down a goal as we approach the 3-minute mark here of period 3. Big game coming up. After this one, Dan Marshall, Jim Kipp here on Lax Ulsters will have the call in the 8 o'clock game. 2 on the shot clock. And taking too long. Just never got the shot off there, did Bergen. And back to even we go in 2 seconds here. But Oakville and Nanaimo come up next. 8 o'clock face-off here from Frank Crane Arena. And that is going to be a beauty. I think I'm going to stick around and watch that one. Two good teams will go at it. Here's Harris. Good stop from Jordan. Loose ball for the Indians. Horn. Ball playing high to Harris. Quick pass near side. Von Harris tried to feed it through the defense, and it's picked off by Liam Beatty. Here comes Beatty right in, and a bounce shot just missed. And it goes skyward, hit the roofing here at the Crane. And Harris comes back the other way for the Indians. Familiar drumbeat, Indians on the warpath here. That angle shot stopped there by Jordan. Fresh 30 for Caughnawaga. Harris, it's the return feed. Lazy pass there is turned over. And Jordan can corral that one in his crease. 12 on the shot clock here. Trying to tie the game. A step back shot, and Adams makes the stop, hangs on to the rebound as well. Sky Sunday. Ty Thompson was a major Lacrosse League All-Star this year. Of course, is cousins of Miles, Lyle, Jeremy, and Jerome, or Heine, if you will. Blake Kenny, feet across, good stop down low by Adams. And the Indians get it back here. Back to Lyle. Harris loads up with a shot there, and easy stop out of the stick of Sunday. So he put it right in the belly pad. Axemen with numbers here if they want it. I don't think they realize it. Now they're going to get a chance. And good stop from Adams on the stick side. It didn't really look like Capital Region had realized they had a clear-cut 2-on-1 there until the last second. Here's Von Harris. Loves that swim move. 8 on the shot clock. Backhand feed, a good one, and Thompson couldn't get the shot through. And the Axemen will hold on defense once again. So tomorrow, Friday, August 31st, will be the final day of round robin competition. I mentioned that Oakville Nanaimo game tonight. The Ontario champs against the BC champs and the host team here for the Timbermen. 13 on the shot clock. Here's a chance getting underneath and scores through the 5-hole. And in it goes. We're tied at 3. As that was the captain, Raj Wasson. So tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, no 8 o'clock game, thank goodness. For yours truly. I'll have the 10 o'clock and the 1 o'clock games tomorrow. On a dog up, the Red Hawks will take on the Brewers out of Saskatoon. And then these Indians will take on the Titans. That's another big game tomorrow, depending on the result here in this one between Caughnawaga and Capital Region. And then, of course, between Oakville and Nanaimo. So that game tomorrow could be a very important one. Bounce shot wide. And then to finish it off, another good game for the 7 o'clock game. Excuse me, you got Capital Region and Nanaimo at 4 o'clock. And then St. Albert and Ladner, which should be a good one, at 7. Juan Harris, double teamed, cutting, floated a pass in there. It's picked up now by Reardon. Feeds back to Harris. Stopped by Jordan. Ball through the crease, and the Axemen have it. In this 3-3 game, 8 minutes gone in the second period here on Lax All-Stars. Turning away from pressure is Forrester. Out of the corner. It's Bergen. Near side feed. Getting to the goal, and a diving effort there from Blake Kenny. Was stopped by Adams. And the game remains tied. So one more day of round-robin competition. 4 more games. Well, 5 more games to go, including the one tonight. And then we get down to the playoff seeds as the 7-8 game will take place 9 a.m. Saturday. Excuse me, the 7-6 game, 9 a.m., then the 8-5 game at noon, the 3-2 at 3, and the 4-1 at 6. And then Super Sunday. So we work our way to the championship game. And there's a 6 o'clock Pacific time start for the gold medal on Sunday. Ron Harris and his Indians trying to get the lead here. Was working with Rouet, who will bail to the bench now. As Reardon trying to make it happen. But he'll run out of time. And it'll be Axemen ball. Good defense there from Capital Region. Kenny. 12 on the shot clock. Spinning. There's a good up pick and good help defense. Wild shot. And that possession will materialize nothing. The Indians will get it back here as we approach the halfway mark of the period and game. In a low-scoring battle here between the undefeated Caughnawaga Indians and the Capital Region Axemen. 3-3 here at the halfway mark. Harris, pick and roll. Harris shooting, whiffed on it. Picked up, and here we go, back the other way. Todd Chapman on the go. Shoots. And Adams, a low pad stop. And the Axemen come up with possession. Fournier, look out, dangerous feed, and he turned it over. Coming right out the goal here, one-on-one. And he'll pull this ball out. Will Orenhorn. Joe Hall wants it and gets it. Referees communicating as they switch sides. Step back shot didn't get through. Hit a body in front. And here come the Axemen. Fournier up the floor quickly to Bergen. Had to settle the ball down. And a slow change here for the Axemen. Still need to bring another lefty on the floor. They only got 4 bodies out there. Here's a shot, however. Adams to save. Rebound, chance, scores. Raj Wasson puts Capital Region in front, 4-3. I don't think anyone saw this score line coming between these two teams at this juncture of the game. But it's the President's Cup and anything can happen. And the Axemen are believing right now and trying to hand Caughnawaga their first loss of the tournament. And what do we got here? A wipe of the floor coming. Trey Adams coming to the Indians bench as well as I will look down there. B. Miller looking calm and relaxed as ever. As the Indians are sitting in pretty good position right now without a loss on their ledger. And I'm sure they want to win this game, but I don't think a loss would really do a whole lot of damage to them. May affect their seeding a little bit. But they have a much tougher test the way the standings sit now against Oakville tomorrow. So I don't want to take anything for granted here if you're the Indians. As Oakville comes into tonight's action at 4-1. Nanaimo at 3-2. Oh, that is a massive game coming up next here at 8 o'clock right here on Lax All-Stars. And could really determine that top four. Ladner's still in the mix at 3-3. .8:28 to go here in the second. Here comes a chance, and Adams fights that one off as he gets the quick whistle. Coming on. Here's a hard shot. One goes up and out of play. They're going to say straight out or keep it here with Caughnawaga. No, they're going to say Capital Region ball. Joe Hall pleading this case, but to no avail. And Jason Crook will hand off and get off. As Carter Badur hasn't seen a lot of playing time. Out there now, however. And an outside shot. Not sure what that sound effect was all about. Somebody turning on Windows 95 down on the scorekeeper's box, apparently. Might be Windows 98. Here's Jake Rouet. Spent some time with the Langley Thunder in the WLA. Harris got stood up. Pass to the crease. And now Harris throws a body check and look out. That one somehow stays in play. The ball is loose. And the Indians will pick that one up easily. There's a shot and a goal. Von Harris ties the game. Simple two-man game. Corrected on another name. This is probably the toughest game I could have stepped into for my first game here at Prezi. Two teams I have never seen. I recognize about 4 or 5 names total here between these two rosters. I think most of them are on Caughnawaga. Reardon, Rouet, Von Harris, to name a few. It's always interesting to see teams that return to the President's Cup year after year, like the Saskatoon Brewers and St. Albert Miners, the turnover and new players that come on to teams. That Miners team, back-to-back champions in 16 and 17. Part of the reason they are so good is that they've played together for so long. They practice every week and are friends on and off the floor, and just their chemistry is really unmatched at this tournament. And lots of solid talent to go with it, but the chemistry for the Miners is really what sets them apart from a lot of these teams. Here comes a chance for the Axemen. Shot scores. Good shot on the run from Vandenberg. And he's got the Axemen back in front, 5-4, as things open up here a little bit in the back half of this second period. We're just looking at the Indians bench here, and one man running the gate. Miller's running the defense or the offensive gate. We got another guy that's running the offensive or the defensive gate, but no real designated head coach standing in the middle of the bench, which is a little odd to see. Back to center. Mind you, it is the President's Cup, and sometimes it's just the way it is. Head coach for the Axemen is Jason Tassi. And listed is Dirt McComber and Benoit Goulet. But Brandon Francis actually listed as the head coach here for the Indians. Here comes a breakaway chance for the Axemen. Right in there and bounced it wide. Did Lyman Beatty. Now what do we got? Ball out of play. It'll stay with Capital Region. Got my man Sully over there as well. Joe Sullivan on the Capital Region bench. I have to go say hi to my guy, Sully. Oh yes, Dirt McComber now ringing a bell, the last of the Mohicans. Legendary lacrosse name McComber. And Dirt, probably the biggest legend of them all. Here is Von Harris trying to dance his way through Capital Region defense. Couldn't get there. Now here come the Axemen with a 1-goal lead. And they make it 2. The alternate captain, Tim Bergen, makes it 6-4, and look out here. Almost didn't recognize Sully over there. It looks like he's trimmed off the flow out the back. Here comes a chance right out of the back gate. Scores. Oh. Jeff McNulty with a snipe into the top corner as he just froze the goaltender. That's a big goal there for Caughnawaga as they answer right back off the face-off. And back to a 1-goal lead here. A face-off win for the Axemen. Possession change. And what do we got? Penalty call coming. Unsportsmanlike call. Ronget's waiting for somebody to come to the penalty box, and I think they just need to delegate somebody to come serve the penalty. being told that before the President's Cup tournament, due to what happened at Minto Cup, all the teams here at President's Cup were delivered a very stern message to stay off the officials and really have like a zero tolerance policy here at the President's Cup as far as verbal abuse to the officials, and unsportsmanlike call there. We'll give a power play to the Indians, trying to tie the game up at 6 as we go under 4 minutes to play here in the second. Good ball movement here. Harris with an open look, rising low to high. And Jordan, no trouble with that one. Rouet took a hack, gets it to Harris. Move it around, Reardon. Here's an open Harris. He's the trigger man. Now Thompson, skip feed. Pass was out of the reach of Harris, missed it. Here's a skipper in. That went off the goaltender and stays in play. Almost picked up for a shorthanded breakaway. Hall battling his man. Can't come up with it. Here we go. Sullivan on the go, and he comes, scores. Big goal there. A shorthanded one by the Capital Region Axemen. And they restore their 2-goal lead. 7-5 now. As Sullivan gathers up the defensive troops after that shorthanded goal. What do we got? I think Axemen into the zone too early. And the Indians will get the ball here with a minute to work with here on the man advantage. Ty Thompson at the point. Give it to Von Harris. Slow motion. Here comes the shot and hits the top dasher and goes skyward out of play. Quick possession. And the Axemen have it. 2:45 to go here in the second period. It is a 2-goal lead here for Capital Region, leading the undefeated Caughnawaga Indians here, 7-5. Now, it wasn't unsportsmanlike. It was a delay of game call. As they announce the penalty and the goal from Nevin Sullivan. Penalty time expires now, and we're back to 5-on-5, so the Axemen kill it off and get a shorthanded goal to go with it and have the 2-goal lead. Wasson put it wide. And on the step back, that one wide as well from Butter. And another penalty call coming, this time to the Indians. And here we go. Late power play now for Capital Region, and if they can get one on the man advantage here, take a 3-goal lead into the break, they're going to be looking good with 20 minutes to play. There's a shot wide. And you wonder if the Indians maybe taking the Axemen lately here, starting Adams instead of Miller. Or you got to wonder what the score would be had Miller been in the goal for this one as Adams makes a stop. Into the final minute we go. McNulty trying to kill off the remainder of the period here. Finds Jake Rouet open. He'll run away from pressure and bounce it back out high. .20 seconds to go in the period here. Rouet thinking about going to the goal. Passes in front. Thompson tried to flow one, missed it. Now a loose ball here, and it's picked up by the Axemen. Do they want timeout? They got a man off the bench. Look up. Oh, he didn't pick him up. Now he'll fire him the ball. Here comes the chance, and Adams the stop. 2 seconds to go, and they won't get a shot off here. But the Capital Region Axemen will take a 2-goal lead into the break after 40 minutes of play here from Frank Crane Arena on Lax All-Stars. President's Cup 2018 back in 10 minutes with third period action. Stick around. All right, Lacrosse fans, back live right here on Lax All-Stars, home of the President's Cup in 2018. Jake Elliott with you. Forget to find me via Twitter at PXP for Sports. And I'll tell you what, I love Twitter, and I'll tell you why, because you get information like this right here from Spike Fawcett. So you let me know that the scoreline here with the Axemen leading the Indians, not all that surprising, as the Axemen have already beaten the Indians a couple of times this season. And without Twitter and without Spike, I would have never known that. So thanks for letting me know. And keep those tweets coming at PXP for Sports. And just trying to catch up here after a long 11 days in Calgary at Minto Cup, and I've had a chance to watch a couple of President's Cup games, but haven't really digested the tournament fully yet, but I'm getting there. But Spike let me know they came out on the wrong side of a couple of tight games early. And blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here in the third period, and the Axemen come up with the opening draw. And here they come in on goal with a 2-goal lead. Quick ball movement here from the Axemen. Out of Ottawa, the Quebec Senior Lacrosse League. And now the Indians with it. Joe Hall with a backhand pass to himself off the corner boards and then puts one over the shoulder, trying to put it in the goal and missed that. Good bump there in the neutral zone. But Chapman will hang on. And here comes the offense for Capital Region. Open. Didn't take a look there. 10 on the shot clock. And this possession will expire, as they just couldn't get anything going towards the goal on that possession. And Von Harris to Jake Rouet. 16 on the shot clock. Move it. Ty Thompson, 13. Low pass for Harris. Takes it one-handed. Now Thompson cutting through. Ball comes near side. Outside shot right on. James Jordan, who's been solid here for the Axemen, with the quick outlet. Austin Robinson. Drop it off. Fake the shot. Good dart into the middle. And then a high bomb off the shoulder of Adams. Good take there from Forster. 2 minutes gone here in the third. Bergen. Man knocked down. Play goes on. This is Bergen one more time. Driving, pick and roll, didn't connect. Ball into the corner harmlessly. And Paul Ward will give it off and get off as back on comes the Caughnawaga offense here, led by Von Harris. Out there with Rouet again, wearing those Medicine Men jerseys. This is Rouet. Lowers in, shoots, scores. Rouet. And you would think they're going to rely on their two offensive studs on the left side of the floor, the right-handers, and Rouet and Harris if they want to mount a comeback here in the third period. And they cut the lead in half now at 7-6. It doesn't look like much is going to separate these two teams coming down the stretch here in the third period. Ball comes out. Who wants it? Axemen surround it, reach up for it, can't collect it. Ball still bouncing on the concrete. Now it's still loose again. Penalty call coming. And we're going to get a high sticking call from Ron Getz. It'll go to Oren Horn. And with a 1-goal lead, the Axemen will get a man advantage here. Pass up high, over the shoulder, Bergen. Here's the shot right on. Adams the stop, big rebound. Comes to the near side boards. 2 Axemen on the scene. 2 Indians on the scene. The Axemen win that battle, and they got a fresh 30 to work with. Work around the outside. Forrester, Bergen over the shoulder. Down to the crease to the captain. Up top, Bergen one more time. They'll fake it, serve it off. Here's the shot right on. Adams to stop, controls the rebound nicely. And we'll look to outlet here. Everybody covered off for the moment. Finds Ty Thompson in the middle of the floor. He'll step inside the zone. And the Indians short a man for the next 60 seconds here. Jake Rouet. Runs away from pressure. Fournier attacking him. Now Thompson. Now Harris. 35 seconds left to kill. Drums start to fire back up here inside Frank Crane once. I could literally listen to those all night long. Here's Rouet open, short-handed chance. And where is it? It's underneath Jordan, who kept it out just on the right side of the goal line as Rouet looking to tie the game. Close call there for Caughnawaga. Sure what the delay here is. Both goaltenders going to get a reprieve. I think we need a wipe on the floor. Lacrosse News, if you want to give them a follow, the Lax News, they cover Can-Am Lax, the Three Nations League, the Arena League, among others, letting me know that Caughnawaga, a different team than their 6-10 record, and I'd like to know why. Are they better? Are they worse? Different players? What are they different? What's different about them? I know they're 5-0 here at the tournament, so I'm assuming they're playing much better lacrosse than they did through the regular season through league play. But maybe that 5-0 record a little misleading for the Indians. I don't know. Aaron Head laying down at center floor here. Some shaft coming off the bottom of it. Axemen on the attack. Good move into the middle. Hand it off to Bergen. The pass was low. He's pressured, and he'll just bat it nicely there. Getting inside. Shot on the run. A rising low to high out of the stick of Butter. But a better stop there from Trey Adams. Keeps it a 1-goal Axemen lead with 5:20 gone here in the third period, as Getz will pick up that wooden shot. You don't see that very often. Hand it to Dirk McComber down there. You don't see too many guys using the field head on the wooden shaft anymore. Another stop for Adams. And the Axemen will get the ball back here. Excuse me, the Indians have it. As up comes Ty Thompson. Juan Harris will collect and fire it into the corner for Rouet. 10 on the shot clock, Thompson. He'll shoot, and that one, say, did not register on Jordan. Ball bouncing around inside, and they give him the reset. They shouldn't have. It doesn't matter, as the Axemen have possession anyway. And they'll try and add to their 1-goal lead here. Wasson. This is Robinson. They'll send it across. Kenny loads, fires, and hit the post. Close call there for the lefty shooter, and then an errant pass. Gets through into the corner, and then off a stick. There's Charlie Bear will pick it up. And back on comes the Indians offense. A quick turnover there. Here come the Axemen. Good drop feed. Down to the crease. Looking. Adams stopped it in tight. Another chance. And stripped of the ball nicely as the Indians get it back. But a good look there for Capital Region to add to their lead, but it remains 7-6 as we cross the 7-minute mark here of period number 3. Zach Hops with 16 on the shot clock as the Indians get set up. One-on-one inside. Hops looking, and Jordan the save. Loose ball to Capital Region. They want to run. It looks like they do. They're 3-on-3 up into the zone. Into the middle. Good pick. Here's a chance. Oh, we lost the ball at the last second. And this should be back in. And it's not called. And Caughnawaga has it. Fired it high. Here's Rouet. Fake the shot. Give it to Hornhill. Skip it to Harris. That was nowhere near his intended target. There's a man off the bench. What do we got? Too many men. That's a change of possession. I was being told that the Indians roster was short much of the regular season. Lost 4 or 6 matchups to St. Regis, and I think we all know what happened with the Braves. No reason to retread that nightmare story. But the TNLL is allowed to pick up players from other teams in their league heading into the President's Cup. And always nice to be able to add some talent. Rules are always a little gray in those leagues back east on who can play for who and how many players you're allowed to pick up and what have you. Here's Ty Thompson. Harris, high feed for Rouet. Lowers the shoulder, trying to get a step on his man. Looking for the pick and roll now as their righty strong here. Tuck and go, stood up nicely. 3 on the shot clock. And nowhere to go with it. Bad angle shot, stopped by Jordan. Loose ball up for grabs. And the Axemen have it. Approaching the halfway mark here of period 3 in a 1-goal lacrosse game. This is Kenny, and he put it on. Look out in the crowd there as that one will skip off a seat right back into the playing surface. As that one went clearly wide of the goal and out, and then back on. Should be Caughnawaga ball here. Don't forget, coming up at 8 o'clock Pacific time here from Nanaimo, Frank Crane Arena on Lax All-Stars. Big time matchup between the BC champ hosts Nanaimo Timbermen and the Oakville Titans. And I think this is good officiating here. If you're not sure, take it back to center, face it off. And the Axemen get possession. So maybe the Indians miss out on a possession there, but if you're not sure, face it off. I remember back in the day, in the early years, actually when the ball went out of play, they actually used to stop the game and face it off in the face-off circles down the offensive or defensive zones. Yes, I'm that old. Much freer flowing game now. Just on the possession change. Harris off the bar. And this one will stay in play on a bit of a dead bounce. I want to check that ball after hammering off the post there. It doesn't look like it's quite bouncing off the concrete like it normally does. Fresh 30 here for Caughnawaga, and maybe a chance for Rouet. He's going to come right in, and Jordan's going to throw out a shoulder to stump that one. Smith. Shots on goal after 40 minutes of play, by the way. It was 26-24 Capital Region. Thompson turning, cutting. Ty Thompson got high sticked, and that's a penalty. Holding will be the call. 2 minutes nonetheless. And a power play coming here with 9 minutes to go and a 1-goal lead for Capital Region. Well, Dan Marshall, Jim Kipp with the call at 8 o'clock for Nanaimo and Oakville. And then Friday, tomorrow, it'll be Onondaga against Saskatoon at 10 a.m. Caughnawaga against Oakville at 1. Capital Region against Nanaimo at 4. St. Albert Ladner at 7. Thompson shoots, hit a stick. And then we get into the playdowns, the crossovers, and the medal rounds on Saturday and Sunday here from the President's Cup. Harris scores. We're tied. A fake and a take from Von Harris. Barry's on the power play at 7-7. So, with 8:24 to go, nothing decided here in the 5 o'clock matchup. Caughnawaga undefeated, 5-0. It's the Capital Region Axemen 1-3-0-1, and you would not know it watching this one here. But as I've been told, the Axemen have beat the Indians a couple of times this season, and well, looks to be the case here in a 7-7 tie with 8 minutes to play. Ball loose with 10 on the shot clock. Off the bench, long shot. Adams, an easy save there. And the Indians have possession. There's the drums banging away here for the Indian offense. Harris, who's tied the game. Here's a chance. Here's a shot. Jordan the stop, and he's up quickly with the ball looking to outlet. Everybody covered off right now, and then it's thrown towards the Axemen bench. And that's an unforced turnover there on James Jordan. Never want to throw that ball towards your own bench on a line change. The player was heading off and just wasn't looking towards the ball. Here's Harris. Thompson right back to Von Harris. Up pick from Rouet. Harris didn't wait for it. 13 on the shot clock. Now passing behind the goal, and it's a fresh 30 here for Caughnawaga. Thompson holding into the middle. Got an open look. Shoots, and off the leg pad of James Jordan. And a loose ball picked up there by Scott Taylor. He's got it on up ahead. And what a stop there from Adams as he's down to make that save. So I was just trying to locate a 66 on my roster for the Axemen, which I do not have. Which is a little concerning, seeing as I got the official game sheet handed to me before tonight's contest. And you'd hate to have a game decided like that. There's a shot from Rouet. Goes wide. And they're going to say back in there on the Axemen. So the player was in the crease, reached out of the crease for the ball while standing in it. And that gets called in the back end. Shovel feed was high. Here's a nice feed over the shoulder. Trying to run in here on the breakaway. Only had one hand on the stick. Here comes a man down the middle, however. Right in there, and Adams is safe. Slow transition almost worked for Drayson Crook and company. But we remain tied at 7 with 5.5 to play now. Here's Bergen inside and couldn't handle the pass originally. And then takes an extra chop to go along with it. Courtesy of Hank Delisle. I think the goaltender wants a sip of water. Okay, 66, Caleb Dingley. Do not have him listed, thank you. What would I do without off the crossbar for this game here? Saving my bacon. Well, I've returned the favor enough times. He owes me. So, unofficial timeout here. And then Ron says, away from the benches here, boys. It will be Indians' ball. DeLille, excuse me. Got that one wrong. Corrected once again. Pass was high. Harris brings it in. He's got Rouet on the go. Moving pick call. And the Axemen will get it back. He's gone, got knocked down. And referee made the possession call. Kenny. Shovel feed right back to him. Scores! Blake Kenny with 4:57 to go puts the Axemen back in front. It's 8-7. And Rouet over to have a talk about that moving pick call. And anytime you pick a guy who falls down and you end up getting a clear scoring opportunity out of it, chances are it's going to get called down. And quick face-off win here for Caughnawaga. In they come, double teamed. We'll hang on to the ball and pull high here. Doyle will stay out there and play some offense. This is Harris into the middle. Now Horn faking, taking, Jordan stopping. Then got a wicked wrap check in there. Got away with that. Pass was low, trying to settle the ball down. Took a high stick. Took a chop to go along with it. And Fournier hangs onto the ball. Now we'll make the line change here with 4:20 to play. Into the stretch drive here from Frank Crane Arena. Here's a shot. That one didn't get through. Kenny with it. Out of time on the shot clock. And it's crunch time now with the Indians down a goal. Trying to keep their perfect record intact here. Through the round robin. And rare is a President's Cup that a team goes undefeated from start to finish. So if you're going to pick up a loss, best to do it obviously in the round robin. As very rarely do teams go completely undefeated through this tournament. Just doesn't happen very often. But I do want to say maybe the Miners did it in 2016, going undefeated, when they hosted the President's Cup in Leduc, Alberta. As this will be Axemen ball. And a fresh 30 with a 1-goal lead and 3.5 to go. There's Wasson working back and forth, shooting now. And good stick in the lane. And then a hard hit. And is that a penalty? No, just a minor interference, and maybe lucky to get away with that was Garrett Cree. Axemen want to use possession here. They want to run a little clock with this 1-goal lead. Kenny loads, passes off on the drive now, faking, and a stop down low from Adams. As Forster was looking for the 5-hole, but the Axemen come back up with possession. As the officials are really letting a lot of stuff go off ball here. But they've been pretty consistent all game long in that regard. Another chance here with 10 on the shot clock on the run. A shot from or save from Adams. As the shot came from Vandenberg. And now with 2:23 to go, the Indians have it. Down a goal. Can the Axemen hang on here? This is Rouet shooting. That's a quick take there. They still have it. Thompson open. Here's Harris. Good check from behind and knocked that one free at the last second. And the Axemen have possession. 2 minutes to play here. This is game number 23. And the nightcapper coming up next at 8 o'clock. Oakville, Nanaimo in a massive tilt. Playoff implications on the line. Kenny. He's had a nice game here. He'll shoot, and that one a little ambitious from that area. But their shot clock was about to expire, so had to get something towards the goal. And now 94 seconds left to play. It's Caughnawaga ball. Goaltender still in between the pipes here is Trey Adams. We'll get a wipe of the floor here. Dirt McComber. No signal to the goaltender yet. And now you wonder, how long do you wait before you pull the goaltender? Down a goal with $1.50 to play. One, maybe two more possessions here for the Indians. Wipe of the floor. And again, the Caughnawaga Indians wearing the Medicine Men jerseys from Aguasasne from the Founders Cup hosts. And in comes Jake Roy. Off to Von Harris as he comes off the half wall. Darts into the middle, got a good pick from away. Here's a shot from Thompson. That hit the back window. Harris collects with lots of time to work with on the shot clock. He'll give it to Roy in the corner. He'll work into the middle. He'll shoot it. Skipped it wide. Got over the head of Thompson. Stays in play with 7 on the shot clock. Got a man wide open down on the crease. Wasn't picked up down there. Long shot coming in wide. And that's a shot clock violation on the Indians now with 63 seconds to go. So if nothing else here, if you're Capital Region, work a 30 and leave the Indians with 1 possession. They'll pressure the ball carrier and try and get the ball back sooner. Paul Ward working over the ball carrier with the wooden stick. Three on the shot clock, and mission accomplished there from the Axemen as they use up the full 30. And now we got timeout Indians here. With 29 on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock, essentially the final possession here for the Indians. And a great lacrosse game here for the 5 o'clock matchup here between the Axemen and the Indians. And it's going to come down to the final 30 seconds. And it's just about set to go. And back underway we go. It's DeLille with McNulty. Here's Rouet around a screen. Give it back to Harris. Passes off the mark. Axemen have the ball. 13 seconds to go in the game. And the Axemen will call timeout from the Capital Region bench. And it comes with 11 seconds to go, and the Axemen have possession, up a goal, and can run the clock out here. As expect Adams to stay on the Caughnawaga bench here. And them to double the ball carrier. And now if you're Capital Region, do you pull Jordan to go 6-on-6? As Sullivan draws up the play on the window in behind the Capital Region bench. Now, looks like James Jordan will go back to the Axemen net. Ball will be deep in Capital Region territory. It looks like Carter Butter will come back for the ball. He'll be the man to take it. Rouet and Oren Horn will pressure. Net empty for the Indians. They'll double the ball. Everybody else covered off here, and 11 seconds to kill off for the Axemen. Take it in behind the goal. Circling. He'll take it back in behind the goal, and Rouet cutting through, and that's going to do it. 2 seconds to play. And time expires. Big time win here for the Axemen as undefeated. No more. Are the Caughnawaga Indians now 5-1. And the Axemen move to 2-3-0-1 with a 1-goal victory over the Indians. And I believe the Indians were the final undefeated team in the tournament. So I'll have to double check that as handshakes underway here from Frank Crane Arena. But a good back and forth affair. And yes, indeed. The Privateers, excuse me, I'm on the wrong year. Not sure why the CLA website does that every time you switch tabs. Takes you back to 2018, and Nova Scotia not in the tournament this year. But still, Saskatoon, the lone winless team. Caughnawaga was the lone undefeated team, but no more. As now St. Albert and the Indians both sit at 5-1, a chance for Oakville to join them with a win over Nanaimo tonight. And that game comes up next here on Lax All-Stars. But before we get you on your way, let's get you the players of the game. The Extreme Threads. Epic Lacrosse player of the game.
This afternoon's Epic Lacrosse MVP for the Axemen is number 22, Blake Kenny.
Blake Kenny, your player of the game.
And for the Caughnawaga Indians, number 44,
Jacob Rouet. For the Indians, your player of the game. Extreme Threads, Epic Lacrosse players of the game, Kenny and Rouet. Your final score, Axemen 8, Indians 7. Break here from Frank Crane Arena just over an hour from now. It'll be the Nanaimo Timbermen and the Oakville Titans. It's going to be a dandy. Don't miss it right here on Lax All-Stars for free from President's Cup 2018. But for now, we shall sign off, and we'll talk to you in an hour. Dan Marshall, Jim Kipp have the call an hour from now. Right here on Lax All-Stars. Thanks for joining us for President's Cup 2018. I've been Jake Ellen for our production crew here for Lax All-Stars. For the fastest game on 2 feet, and for the creator, talk to you at 8 o'clock.